This is a sports catastrophe production. Hey there, ho there, it's Jeff Cody, and welcome you to another sports catastrophe birthday boy. Actually, no, it's not a birthday boy, it's a birthday girl. Get used to it. Anyway, this birthday girl is one of the most powerful women in tennis history. This was before Venus and Serena Williams were big. This was the 1980s and 90s. Basically, someone needed to take the torch from Martina Navratilova, and this woman was STeffi Graf, who today is 52 years old. She was number one in the world for 377 weeks. Well, not all consecutively, but basically the equivalent of 7 years. Won 22 Grand Slam titles. Since the Open era in 1968, she's third behind Margaret Court and Serena Williams. She became the only tennis player, male or female, to achieve the Golden Slam, as she won all 4 Grand Slam titles and the Olympic gold medal when the Olympics allowed tennis to be played. And she's actually won each Grand Slam title at least 4 times, that being Wimbledon, Australian Open, US Open, and the French Open. It was amazing. She won 107 singles titles behind only Navratilova and Chris Evert. And she, alongside Margaret Court, are the only players, male or female, to win 3 Grand Slam titles in a calendar year 5 times: 88, 89, 93, 95, 96. She was very versatile. Obviously, I mean, the surfaces are different. Australian Open is hard court, just like the US Open. Wimbledon's on grass, and the French Open is on clay. She won 6 French Opens, 7 Wimbledon, 4 Australian Opens, 5 US Opens, and a partridge in a pear tree. Never mind that last part. But anyway, she was amazing. The US Open used hard court as a surface in 1987, which is hard to believe that the US Open didn't have hard court before 87. But anyway, it was amazing. She actually got to 13 consecutive major singles finals, from the 87 French Open to the 90 French Open. She was in the final every time. Well, she won 9 out of 13. That's not bad. She got 5 consecutive singles titles. She lost the 89 French Open final. That was the end of her streak of 5 straight titles. I forgot who took her out. I think it was Sanchez Vicario. But anyway, she did pretty good. She was actually ranked number 3 in the world when she retired at age 30 in 1999. That's amazing and all that. They called her the greatest tennis player of the 20th century in 1999. She actually married Andre Agassi, who was a former number 1 men's tennis player, 2001, and they have 2 children. So basically, she's married to Agassi. Nice. She had a breakthrough in 1987 and all that, which was amazing. At age 18, she had a breakthrough. She won the French Open over Navratilova in 3 sets. She ended up losing to Navratilova at the Wimbledon final. Anyway, Graf would lose the US Open final to Navratilova in the final. She only lost twice. Graf was 75-2, which is hard to believe. But yeah, the only 2 losses were to Navratilova in Grand Slams. But Graf would start an era in 1988 when she won the Australian Open over Chris Evert in the final 6-1, 7-6. At the French Open, she crushed Natasha Shareva 6-love, 6-love in a 34-minute final. Only 32 minutes was spent on the court. There was a rain delay, in a sense, that after 9 minutes the match had to be postponed due to rain, but basically, and then it was 23 minutes and all that. This was the shortest ever Grand Slam final. And Shareva, who beat Navratilova, only won 13 total game points in that match. You have to win 4 points for a game in tennis. If you Yeah. So anyway, next came Wimbledon, when Navratilova had won 6 titles. Graf shocked everyone. She was down 7-5 to love. And remember, you have to win 2 out of 3 in the women's Grand Slam finals. But she shockingly won the last 6 games of the second set, and then won the third set 6-1. Graf would beat Gabriella Sabatini in a 3-set final. The 3 sets at the US Open 6-3, 3-6, 6-1 to win the Grand Slam. It was only done twice. Maureen Connolly in 53 and Margaret Court in 1970. This was amazing. Anyway, Graf would go on to win the gold medal at the Olympics, beating Sabatini of Argentina 6-3, 6-3. She was amazing. And all of that. Graf could win another Grand Slam. Everyone thought so. She beat Helena Sukova 6-3, 6 love. It was easy. So basically, she ended up losing the final to Arantxa Sanchez Vicario, like I thought, in 3 sets. She was up 5-3 and served for the match, but she botched it. She actually struggled from food poisoning and had menstrual cramps. Graf would win the Wimbledon final over Navratilova and basically beat Sanchez Vicario in revenge in the quarterfinal. Basically, Graf had leg cramps and all that. And she was down 6-3, 4-2 in the final until she rallied again against Navratilova. Amazing. Graf took care of Mary Jo Fernandez in the final of the Australian Open. It was amazing and all of that. Graf would lose the French Open final to Celis. And then Graf lost in the semis to Sina Garrison, which broke Graf's streak of 13 straight major finals. It was amazing that, Sina Garrison, she set the standard for Black American female tennis players as she shockingly won her trip to the final. She would, of course, Garrison would go on to lose to Navratilova in the final. Anyway, there were a lot of problems with Steffi Graf. But she did win. Well, Graf won at Wimbledon in 91. But that was controversial because Monica Seles won the other 3 Grand Slams, and Seles didn't even play in the Grand Slam. Didn't play in Wimbledon, which was weird. Unfortunately, Graf in 92 would have rubella poisoning or something like that. She was dominant in 93 and all that. But unfortunately, she got kind of help from a guy by the name of Goodford Parch, who basically was mentally ill and stabbed Monica Seles between the shoulder blades to try to help Graf reclaim number 1 and all that. It didn't help matters that during a players' meeting at the Italian Open, 17 of the top 25 WTA members said they couldn't preserve Seles' number 1 ranking while she was sidelined. So basically, they were at fault too. Yeah, so anyway, Graf did fantastic and all that. She won a few doubles titles and all that. She had a lot of greatness. I mean, she won 4 Australian Opens, 88, 89, 90, and 94. She won only 1 French Open in 87. Why am I just saying 1? I'm seeing something that's weird. But anyway, she won 6 French Opens, 87, 88, 93, 95, 96, and 99, shockingly enough. The US Open, she won in 88, 89, 93, 95, 96. And then at Wimbledon, she did it 7 times: 88, 89, not 90, 91, 92, 93, 95, 96. So she had 3 runs of going back to back. She went to 4 doubles finals at the Grand Slam with Gabriela Sabatini, which was weird, but they ended up losing 3 times. Twice to Martina Navratilova, once to Russians, Larissa Sachenko and Natasha Svela. But anyway, Graf has a lot of stuff. She was a Catholic, but she left it certain personal reasons and all that. She would split time between Brühl, Germany, Boca Raton, and New York City. Graf dated a racing driver, Michael Bartes, but then she started dating Agassi after the 1999 French Open, and they married in 2001. They have 2 kids, Jaden and Jazz. They live in Summerlin in the Las Vegas Valley and all of that. Graf's father, Peter, died of pancreatic cancer. But basically, yeah. Like, she was one of the greatest women tennis players of all time. Her dominance in the 1980s can be kind of felt nowadays, but I mean, she was basically the Serena Williams of her day, if you will. Very dominant. Never mind the German stereotype, but basically she was fantastic, and she probably would have won the most Grand Slams if injuries and personal problems didn't plague her. But still, she's still perfect in every way. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.